Esiet sveicināti!
Welcome those who are viewing and listening. This is a 2-day high-level online conference beginning of the conference Media Literacy Roadmaps. Discussions, speeches, this will all be available online in Electronic Mass Media Council page on Facebook and LSM and Delphi pages. The recordings are later going to be available, and everyone can participate by asking questions, commenting in Facebook or in Zoom who are registered there. My name is Tawfik. I am from Latvian Radio, Latvia Radio and TV3 presenter. And I have an honor to now welcome all of you participants and viewers and listeners on the 10th Media and Information Literacy event here in Latvia. I need to note that since Monday this week has been rich on different events, and this particular conference, Roadmaps, is organized by National Electronic Mass Media Council, UNESCO Latvian National Commission and Baltic Media Excellency Center, Ministries and British Council representation in Latvia. What are these 2 days about? What are we going to be talking about? This is to promote media literacy in society, identify roadmaps or create the preconditions, how to move further and how to implement the strategies on a national level. In this conference, we would like to also strengthen links between specialists working in mass media, electronic media, and what is the role of it in what is its public role, how to successfully implement the strategies of media literacy, and we are going to address various society groups, especially those which do not trust or do not use media. And we are also going to be talking about what is the role of journalists and media specialists. We're going to also try to also inform how the media literacy works and how we can fight fake information. You can have a look in Council page, in NEPLP page. We are going to talk about it in more detail slightly later, but now the first speaker, a person who has fought for media literacy importance not only in Latvia but also globally and also in UN when speaking, and His Excellency Egils Levits, the President of the Republic of Latvia. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, viewers and listeners, I have genuine joy to introduce discussion about our ability to navigate and critically assess information in the 21st century media and information space. During Global Media and Information Literacy Week, with great appreciation, I will note that specifically Latvia, in cooperation with partners in the United Nations, this spring received support for implementation of UN Resolution on Global Media and Information Literacy Week. And today we are marking this for the first time. It is also an appreciation and evaluation of UNESCO work over 10 years devoted to raising awareness on changes in the world of technology, development of digital literacy of each and every individual in information space. Honorable participants of the discussion, modern technologies enable almost 60% of the population of planet Earth, or 4.6 billion people, to access the internet. And almost as many individuals, or 4.5 billion people, use social media. Virtual world and our everyday life have intertwined into one living environment. The COVID pandemic highlights the shortcomings opportunities and consequences of the 21st century reality. The COVID-19 virus is a litmus test for our critical thinking and information space. It will also soon be 2 years since we have lived in a global pandemic. Health professionals work 24 hours a day. Science provides all the necessary data, knowledge, and offers solutions. A vaccine is developed to reduce the severity of the disease and the rate at which the virus spreads. The World Health Organization, in its COVID-19 database, has published 6,666 studies. We are not in a hunger of information. Quite the contrary. We live in the oversaturation of information. However, we are unable to navigate these floods of information. We cannot distinguish facts from opinions, delusions from scientific research. Today, perhaps this has the price of life and death. Our information skills, both individually and for institutions, bodies, communities, or interest groups collectively, are incomplete. What is the solution? In order to achieve a meaningful result, 3 directions are important: information and media literacy, duties and responsibilities of social media platforms, and quality journalism. The focus of this week is on media literacy. According to the data of sociological surveys of the Ministry of Culture, more than half, or 58%, of the Latvian population have expressed interest in acquiring skills to critically evaluate the provided information, to distinguish trustworthy journalism from fake news. There is a demand, but it is also necessary to create an appropriate offer for the public and non-governmental sector, together with the government, to find resources, ideas and implementation channels to reach different audiences. A single public policy document or guidelines in the field of information policy would help to reach the wider public, work together, and do so systematically. Secondly, we need to address a global challenge: the regulation of media platforms and their responsibilities. Freedom of expression is not debatable. It must be protected. Censorship is unacceptable. However, the dark sides of technology are often overlooked. Algorithms that exploit people's attention and, for profit, multiply misinformation, multiply fake news. Abuse of platforms is ignored, as recently revealed by Facebook research documents. Also, data that is still collected and used without the user's knowledge to influence and manipulate not only for financial but also for political purposes. Our joint work on the appropriate regulation of the European Union is a direction in which to invest our energy, knowledge and experience. Thirdly, we need quality journalism and a strong, diverse local media. The Latvian media literate population should have access to various high-quality and reliable sources of information. We have carried out important reforms in the public media sector. Now it is necessary to develop a state support policy for quality commercial media. In addition, I would like to emphasize that media, integral part of quality media ecosystem is media criticism. In Latvia, it is very, very lacking. At the same time, internationally, negotiations are needed to prevent the unequal distribution of advertising profits between global platforms and content producers, i.e. local media. distinguished members. Among you there are many journalists, both current and former, and your honest and high-quality work is invaluable in today's society and in the viability of democracy. Thank you for your work, and I wish you a fruitful discussion on the way forward for media literacy. Thank you. This was the President of the Republic of Latvia, Egils Levits, speaking about events in Latvia and globally and the importance of media literacy, especially in pandemic environment. So far, thank you, Mr. Levits, and let us continue with our next introduction speech, and it is the Minister of Culture, Nauris, Puntulis, and this is the ministry which now is responsible for media literacy policy. Mr. Minister, do you hear us? Yes, hello. And this is the time for your speech. Honorable Mr. President and honorable participants of the discussion, 10th week of media and information literacy, one of the most significant events in Latvia, organized by National Electronic Mass Media Council, Media Literacy Roadmaps. Even though currently it is a difficult time and we had to adopt the national epidemiological situation, it is important, actually, it is more important today. So popular medical terms, it is so important to identify this infodemics today, or the fake information flow. And why it is important today, especially today? Because media literacy and information literacy is the main tool with which we can fight, and it can adopt also adopt to the tools we use in fighting it, find new solutions. And similarly, we can look at media literacy. We need to develop it constantly. In the morning interview, Madame Druviete said that media literacy is not like ABC, or it is nothing you can learn for the rest of your life once. You have to develop constantly, because the methods are becoming ever more sophisticated. They use more technology and artificial intelligence, and this is the challenge for people's skills for identifying misinformation. In the fight with misinformation, it is impossible to fight it with technological solutions only. However, the society needs to learn to identify and develop their media and information literacy, as it creates better protection from misinformation. Over the last 3 years, the interest of people in Latvia for media literacy has improved. Only a third previously, now in 2020, has reached 60% of people, 58 to be precise, of the population have expressed interest in media literacy topics. During this week, we have worked and discussed, and we are planning to create documents, to create trainings in the field of media literacy and information literacy. This work has to be developed further. We need to improve also knowledge and media literacy of the society further. Now, with the Safe Internet Center, Latvia National Library, and other various organizations, the media literacy will be developed not only for the youth, but various groups of society. Pandemic experience, sorrow experience has showed that especially For seniors, it is very important because they trust written media more historically, and media literacy and information for this group using the library or local communities is of utmost importance for strengthening the whole society against misinformation. Ministry of Culture is planning to implement a broad program to improve media literacy, both with existing initiatives and also in the future planning periods with various activities. And I would like to end with expressing gratitude and thank you for National Electronic Mass Media Council for continuing the reforms, for raising awareness and discussions on media literacy. And I also wish you fruitful work in the conference and to reach the objective of the conference to identify roadmaps for media and information literacy strategies to transform in easy to comprehend and united society against misinformation. Thank you, Mr. Nauris Puntulis, Minister of Culture. It is in the view of Ministry of Culture at the very beginning, very important words, but now we are honored also Tawfik Jelassi. Mr. Jelassi is UNESCO Assistant Director General for Communication and Information, and highly honorable Tawfik Jelassi.
Egils Levits, President of Latvia, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to address this high-level conference on media literacy roadmaps taking place in the beautiful city of Riga. First of all, I would like to thank you for your country's commitment to promoting media and information literacy on all levels of society. Today's event is a clear testimony of your dedication to this cause. Though our world is fragile, citizens access the globe, demonstrating their unwavering resilience to uncertainty and new emerging challenges. This resilience is strengthened when people have access to reliable information and are empowered by competencies to critically evaluate and act upon verified information. This is why we must step up our efforts, both on the global and national level, to ensure decisive and sustained action to achieve media and information literacy for all. These actions can include developing media and information literacy policies and strategies at the national and institutional levels, and offering media and information literacy training courses to teachers as well as to students on primary, secondary, and tertiary level. Youth organizations can be offered capacity building to integrate media and information literacy in their operations. Finally, we can promote media and information literacy online by partnering with media and digital platforms, which become all the more relevant in the wake of the rise in false and misleading content online. Media and information literacy in this context is an essential tool to address hate speech, to counter the spread of disinformation and conspiracy theories. We all know what is at stake: peace building, the promotion of human rights, and the consolidation of a human solidarity is intrinsically linked with the quality of our information environments and the messages and values they transmit. The focus on this Latvian conference on roadmaps for media and information literacy can lead to sustainable actions that benefit the public and empowers them to participate also upstream. Every citizen should have the right to be literate in media and information. For UNESCO, our member states and their constituencies, digital spaces and internet development must be underpinned by the international principles we call Rome, that is, based on human rights, openness, accessibility, and following a multi-stakeholder approach. To achieve these ideals, we need actionable roadmaps to promote media and information literacy for the public good. Already in 2015, Latvia, UNESCO, and the European Commission organized the second European Forum on Media and Information Literacy around these same principles. The outcome was the Riga recommendation on media and information literacy in a shifting media and information landscape. In reinforcing its national roadmap for media and information literacy, Latvia continues to provide an inspiring example for other countries around the world to follow suit. This is important since coordinated action on the national level is necessary to ensure that media and information literacy reaches all levels of society, both inside and outside of schools. In this context, I wish to mention the recent launch of an international standard developed by UNESCO, which is the second edition of the UNESCO model Media and Information Literacy Curriculum for Educators and Learners, entitled Media and Information Literate Citizens, Think Critically, Click Wisely. This is to be adapted and implemented in all forms of education. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, by participating in this high-level conference, you contribute to making Global Media and Information Literacy Week 2021 a pivotal moment of change. This continues in the direction set in 2018, when UNESCO, Latvia, and Lithuania co-hosted the celebration of the Global Media and Information Literacy Week, the theme of which was Media and Information Literacy Cities, Voices, Power, and Change Makers. UNESCO remains grateful for this excellent collaboration, which resulted in the UNESCO Global Framework for Media and Information Literacy Cities, a framework to transform our cities into creative learning spaces for media and information literacy. We look forward to continue cooperating with Latvia towards realizing this vision. The theme of this year's celebration is Media and Information Literacy for the Public Good, and it is co-organized by UNESCO and South Africa in cooperation with the European Union. It is a theme that puts people and the common good at the center, in full recognition of media and information literacy as a tool to foster peace and democracy, freedom of expression, access to information, as well as interreligious and intercultural dialogue. It is our conviction that media and information literacy is an indispensable path in the roadmap towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. On this note, I wish you fruitful deliberations and assure you of UNESCO's continued commitment to work closely alongside all stakeholders in Latvia to ensure media and information literacy for all and by all. Thank you for your attention.
Ģenerāldirektora palīgs komunikācijas un informācijas jautājumos Tawfiks Jelassi.
Mr. Tawfik Jelassi, UNESCO Assistant Director General for Communication and Information. And now, to highlight the goals and objectives, let us address the organizers of the event. And now I see that National Electronic Mass Media Council of Latvia Chairman, Vice Chair Aurēlija Ieva Druviete is ready.
Labdien, cienījamie konferences dalībnieki un skatītāji! Man ir liels prieks un
Hello, dear
pagodinājums
participants
sveikt visus
of the
šajā nozīmīgajā
event.
pasaules
I
medijpratības
am
nedēļā
glad to
Latvijā.
welcome you all
Medijpratība informācijas
in
laikmetā
this
ir
week.
sava veida zelts. Tā ir vērtība, kompetence,
It is
ar kuru
a
mēs
goal.
katrs varam būt
It is
saimnieki
gold.
savā
It is
dzīvē
our
un
value
savā
where we
valstī,
can all
neļaujoties
be
svešām manipulācijām.
the hosts
Nacionāla
of our
elektronisko
life,
plašsaziņas
and
līdzekļu
we should
padome
not
organizē
let
šo konferenci
misinformation in our
apzinoties,
lives.
cik liela nozīme ir
We
informatīvās
organize
telpas
this
drošībai,
conference by
cik lielu lomu
acknowledging
ikviena
what is the
dzīvē šodien
role of the
ir spējai
safety
atrast
of
informāciju,
the
kritiski un
media
analītiski to lietot,
space,
spēt atpazīt
and how important it
kvalitatīvu
is for
žurnālistiku,
everyone to
kā
be
arī spējai
able to
radīt saturu.
find quality
Organizējot
information, to
konferenci,
access
esam
quality information,
ļoti
and to
priecīgi
create
par lielu atsaucību
quality
gan no publiskā, gan
content.
nevalstiskā sektora
We are
institūcijām un
also
organizācijām,
glad
ekspertiem un pētniekiem,
to
kas
see
strādā medijpratības
the
jomā
broad
Latvijā,
interest
gan
of
arī
various
starptautiskiem
organizations
kolēģiem.
working in media
Vēlos
literacy
izcelt un īpaši
in Latvia
pateikties
and also
mūsu
for
sadarbības
international
partneriem,
colleagues. I want to
UNESCO,
highlight
Latvijas
especially
Nacionālajai komisijai,
UNESCO
Kultūras
Latvian
ministrijai,
National
Baltijas mēdīju
Commission,
izcilības
Ministry
centram,
of Culture,
Ziemeļvalstu
Baltic
ministru
Media
padomes
Excellency
birojam
Center,
Latvijā un Britu padomes
Nordic
pārstāvniecībai
country,
Latvijā.
representation and British Council representation in Latvia. And I wish us all fruitful discussions, obtaining new information and especially to develop new roadmaps for us all to facilitate media and information literacy. And I hope this will strengthen our common power in achieving this goal. Thank you, Aurēlija, Ieva, Druviete, National Electronic Mass Media Council of Latvia Vice Chair. And now we already can hear Chairman of National Electronic Mass Media Council of Latvia, Ivars, Āboliņš. Can you hear us? Yes, hello. Mr. President, honorable guests, my introduction words will be very short. I will tell you, and I am so glad to see so many national and global experts in this conference. For these 2 days, we are going to be able to improve our knowledge, exchange ideas and opinions and views and worldviews, and probably listen to and be able to hear the opinions which we disagree with. This is probably highest level media literacy conference this year in all of Europe, considering that since this autumn, according to also situation in Latvia, this is the competency of National Electronic Mass Media Council. We see that over the year, Latvia needs to become a center for platforms and discussions where solutions are being searched for and found, most importantly. This is the path which we need to go. This is the first big step on the way. I wish everyone a great opportunity, and I wish you all good luck. Thank you, Ivars Āboliņš, Chairman of National Electronic Mass Media Council of Latvia. We have received the introductory words, and now we can speak about what we have in our agenda today. We're going to listen to experts, what is media literacy role in development of the society. We're also going to be introduced to the very important research, what is the situation currently in Latvia regarding media literacy. We're going to hear experts' opinions regarding the conditions and preconditions for successful implementation of the strategy. And then we're going to have a break, and then we're going to have discussions how to strategically reach and access different groups of the society. We're going to hear the opinions of experts and how the policy is going to be created in Latvia and how to facilitate it, both our politicians and also represent